Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Roughing It by Mark Twain, narrated by Norman Dietz. This book was first published in 1872. This recording is copyrighted 1987 by Recorded Books. Two American originals, Mark Twain and the West, come together in this documentary of the author's 7-year pleasure trip to the silver mines of Nevada. Twain had originally planned the trip to be a 3-month vacation. Not surprisingly for someone of Twain's temperament, the trip lasted 7 years. His journey, like his book, has a way of taking ever unexpected turns. And now, Roughing It.
This book is merely a personal narrative and not a pretentious history or a philosophical dissertation. It's a record of several years of variegated vagabondizing, and its object is rather to help the resting reader while away an hour than afflict him with metaphysics or goad him with science. Still, there is information in the volume. Information concerning an interesting episode in the history of the Far West, about which no books have been written by persons who were on the ground in person and saw the happenings of the time with their own eyes. I allude to the rise, growth, and culmination of the silver mining fever in Nevada, a curious episode in some respects, the only one of its peculiar kind that has occurred in the land, and the only one, indeed, that's likely to occur in it. Yes, take it all around, there's quite a good deal of information in the book. I regret this very much, but really it couldn't be helped. Information appears to stew out of me naturally, like the precious ottar of roses out of the otter. Sometimes it seemed to me that I would give worlds if I could retain my facts, but it can't be. The more I caulk up the sources and the tighter I get, the more I leak wisdom. Therefore, I can only claim indulgence at the hands of the listener, not justification. Chapter 1. My brother had just been appointed Secretary of Nevada Territory, an office of such majesty that it concentrated in itself the duties and dignities of Treasurer, Comptroller, Secretary of State, and Acting Governor in the Governor's absence. A salary of $1,800 a year and the title of Mr. Secretary gave to the great position an air of wild and imposing grandeur. I was young and ignorant, and I envied my brother. I coveted his distinction and his financial splendor, but particularly and especially the long, strange journey he was going to make and the curious new world he was going to explore. He was going to travel. I never had been away from home, and that word travel had a seductive charm.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?